My name is Dominic Granito. I work at Friendship Ridge, and I am certified nurse's aide.
My name is Tanya Martell. I'm a CNA. I work at Golden Living West Shore.
My name is Timothy Scarborough. I'm a CNA at Golden Living in Gettysburg.
My name is Terry Thomas. I work at Liberty Courts, and I'm a CNA.
My name's Tammy O'Connell. I'm a CNA at Laurelwood Care Center.
My name is Lakeisha Davis. I work for Hamilton Arms Nursing Home, nursing and rehab, and I'm a CNA.
It gives you a sense of camaraderie and teamwork, working with other people to help an individual less fortunate than you is very rewarding.
I always felt like I wanted to help people, and I don't know, it just felt right.
Some people say, oh, you're just a CNA. No, because you are the root of everything that's going on in that building. You are the direct link to that resident. So your job, to me, is the most important.
We're the frontline defense, and we're the first person that they see. We're the first person that they call on. And when we have a larger relationship with the patient, they'll tell us what's going on with them before they tell the LPN or RN.
It's rewarding, knowing that you can help people when they are not at their best, and you can have some part of just helping them in general and seeing that they appreciate the help that you give them.
When I first started and I did my internship and I went to get a woman a shower and I sat in the shower chair and she diarrheaed all over my shoe, I was ready to quit right then and there. My instructor pulled me in the bathroom and she talked to me and she said that she think that I have what it takes. This is one of like an isolated incident, and to keep on going. She encouraged me to get myself together, and I came back out and I completed my task, and it wasn't so bad after all.
Lots and lots of poop. I knew it was a part, but it's unbelievable. I didn't think it was this mentally and physically stressful overall, but definitely the poop puts you over the edge.
The different smells and things, and I had to get used to feeding again. You don't think about the feeding part of it until it takes you back to when your children were young, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I thought I was over these days, and I had to get used to that again.
They went from being like doctors and lawyers and prominent people and politicians, prominent people in society, to having to depend on us for their every need, to having to depend on us to feed them, to bathe them, to clothe them. It was like a reality shock for me.
1 minute you can go into a room and they can treat you like gold, and the next minute it goes downhill just like that. Mm-hmm. You get caught off guard.
You need to have compassion. And you also need to know that for the people that's combative, it's not them that's being combative. It's the disease that's making them combative. And you have to have more compassion for them than you would anyone else.
You just have to understand that it's a mental disorder, and they're really not in their right mind trying to harm you, so you just have to try to calm them down or restrain them as best as possible without taking away their rights.
You have to be made of a certain type of cloth to be in this field, because if you're not, then you're not going to cut it. You have to be compassionate. You have to be understanding rather than you want people to be understood. You have to, try to understand where they're coming from, because after all, this is their home.
Patience. Oh my goodness, you have to have enough patience. You have to have a love for people, and you have to enjoy what you do. You have to enjoy what you do, because this is not for everyone. It's really not. But if you like helping people, it's a good job to get into.
Depending upon how tired you are, actually, because it's a very tiring job at times. You may end up in tears at one point, or you just might have to go off and take a break and have some quiet time.
I believe that it is as mentally stressful as it probably is physically. When I expected to lift, and how important proper body mechanics probably were, but the mental side of it, when a patient you formed a relationship dies, as a patient you like Alzheimer's progressing maybe, is pretty emotional, and how much you take home with you probably at the end of the day.
You know, just prepare yourself mentally. You know, when I go in, I'm gonna be the best person I can be. I'm gonna do the job to the best of my ability, and you know, I'm gonna help others.
At the end of the day, you know that in your heart you did the right thing for that resident, because that resident depends on you to take care of them and depends on you to, you know, be their voice when they can't. So I take credit, and when at the end of the day, before I lay down at night, that I did a good job. So that's my reward.
The most rewarding part of my job is when I help someone, male or female, either one, and they hold your hand and they say thank you, and they have the biggest smile on their face. That's, the smile by itself is rewarding. I love it.
You have to be loving and caring. You have to be selfless, not selfish. You have to be willing to give more of yourself.
Oh, when a resident tells you, "Oh my goodness, no one ever does this for me." You know, you're like, "Wow, really?" You know, because it's a bird. They'll say, "Oh, I'm so sorry to bother you," and I'm like, "No, you're no bother. You know, this is a part of my job," and it makes me feel like, you know, I made them feel a little better, and I made them feel comfortable with what we had to do together.
That it would probably be the most rewarding job that you will ever have, but it's also one of the hardest jobs you'd ever have, because it's taxing emotionally and physically, but in the end, it's rewarding to see how much the residents or patients appreciate what you do for them.